I'll end it there because I know you want to go.
I got a question real quick. All the ladies on this panel, have any of y'all ever been proposed to?
Yeah.
Shan? You've never been proposed to?
I had somebody wanted to ask my dad. Like, okay, I'll take your yes.
Jasmine, how old are you?
I'm 33.
And you've never been proposed to?
Nope.
Have a guy ever spoke to you about marriage and said he wanted to marry you but didn't propose?
Yep.
How many times?
Twice.
Twice. Ruth, how many times have you been proposed to or a guy talked about seriously marrying you?
Yeah, an actual one, a couple times, but they didn't.
You've been proposed to a couple times?
I don't know. He brought a ring before we went on a date. I don't think it counts. I think it's cap.
The question is, how many people have y'all been in a long-term relationship with that you wanted to end in marriage, and you were doing everything that you possibly can do to get into marriage, and he
No, Shan, that is not my question. No, that is not my question. Stop. No. You don't get to change my question.
Let me tell you.
No, wait. Don't get to change my question to what they wanted from somebody, because then you're going to prove Trev's point when he said you wanted what you wanted from a guy that didn't want something from you. That does not mean there weren't guys that actually wanted her. All the women on this panel have been proposed to or spoke to, or marriage was a topic of conversation with every woman on this panel, including you.
For sure.
So you
didn't ask me why it didn't work out. Like that's so you're saying that anyone. So let me just say this. Do you have a daughter, Sweeney? So any man that wants to marry her, she should just be like, yes, I take. You just be grateful.
No, he's talking about his their intentions. Their intentions were to get married.
Their intent. What I'm saying is to Trev's point. Just to slow this thing down real quick. So oftentimes, hold on, wait. How you go start talking? And I'm in the middle of trying to explain it to
you. Okay, go ahead.
To Trev's point, a lot of women only focus on the person that they wanted and never recognize the times where they said no. So you think, well, because I told this man no, regardless of the reason, because there's also probably some reasons why he told you no as well, regardless of the reason. Women often ignore the person that they may have said no to, or the person that would have taken them serious, or the person and then they look at the one person that did them wrong and say, this is my experience and that's it. And it stops there. Just like you tried to apply to men and say, have you ever dated a woman and you ignored her and didn't want to deal with her and all of that? And I would probably make the argument that all of us on this panel have. But there was also a woman that we wanted to marry that we tried to. We've all been turned down on this panel. We've all had a woman in our life that we wanted so bad and she did not want us. She wasn't checking for us and we had to get on down the road. It's the same thing that happens with y'all, but y'all focus only on the motherfucker that did not want you and not the countless of niggas that's been trying to get at you that would commit to you, that want you, and you be like, nah, I'm good. For whatever reason, you entitled for the reason why you don't want to. Some of them ain't shit. Some of them are shit. Some of them didn't tickle your fancy. Some of them didn't move this needle the right way. Who gives a shit? But there are some people who are willing to commit to you in your life. Life is about choices and trade-offs. Mm-hmm. We as men also we understand that aspect. It's choices and trade-offs. We don't get everything we want from a woman. Mm-hmm. When we find one and we check it down and be like, all right, it is what it is with this chick right here.
So let me ask you a question, Sweeney. The only issue is men lead the household, right? So I think that your role is bigger than a female's role. Okay. So when a woman is trying to find a man in a household, there's so many things that have to be right. You can date a dude and realize this Negro. And so for me, he had ended up having mental illness. So it just had, it was something I just couldn't handle. But I'm just saying for other people, the issue is when you're looking for the CEO of your household, right? It's got to be right. Would you not agree? Do you think that every man is just able to be that guy? You understand? It's so much more for a woman. If you're asking,
when I asked y'all a couple weeks ago, how many men were marriageable? Some of y'all said 40, some of y'all said 50, one person said 35. That's a pretty large group of motherfuckers that's marriageable. And y'all are sitting here saying, y'all are sitting there saying now all of a sudden there's nobody out there.
Well, you know,
No.
like we got access to them. Like where?
Yeah, you have to have access to them, and then they gotta want you too. So it's two.
Let me ask you a question. Would you say I'm a marriageable person?
I don't know you like that.
Just from your experience with me. Would you say
You're married.
Sweeney is a marriageable person?
Peace when I come home. You like you talk a little.
Would you say Darwin is a marriageable person? Marcus, JR, Trev?
I think every man is
everybody-
marriageable. It's got to somebody for everybody out there.
Oh shit.
So hold on, wait. No, let's let her have it. If that is the case, then why is it so hard to find somebody that's just gonna get down to the end of the road with you?
Ain't nobody got time.
I get it, and I get
You
it.
wanna know
Just
why?
said, hold on, wait. I get it. You got some things that a nigga just has to check off for you to want to be able to be that person.
It's the sex.
It,
You gotta be.
are you fucking kidding me?
Listen,
Are
let me
you
tell you.
fucking
Listen, you're
kidding?
not letting me explain. I'm not saying because you're a nympho. You won't let me explain. Sweeney, let me finish. If sex were not, there will be women who will be in a sexless marriage and they will be okay with marrying their best friend, okay? But because men want sex all the time, you kind of want to be attracted to the man you're having sex with, right? You kind of want to kiss him, you know? So if I gotta turn my head and always do the one leg up,
Oh shit!
is he gonna?
Can I get in on this, man? Because y'all, I didn't want to take y'all passion away. Y'all seem y'all real passionate about this shit.
She don't want to kiss him, Tweenie. I mean, just bare minimum, like.
I have a question for the married men because
How many men do you see in a day when you like, I really want to jump your bones?
Now I want to know what she finds attractive.
So none.
Who-
You just said
Kissing, like I gotta want to.
Hold on, y'all. Jasmine said she got a question for the married man. Go ahead, Jasmine.
I feel like what Trev was saying, every man, not every man, but I guess most men are wanting to be married. So I figure all the men on this panel that are married, you wanted to be married. So when you got turned down by the one girl you really was into, the next girl that you actually married, you're not going to tell her she was second choice. Like she was somebody that you actually want to marry too. Like your wife that's in your house right now, do you find her attractive? Does she do everything that you need for her? Like she's what you wanted?
Yeah, but we're not going out there. Minus knowing her, minus never meeting a woman that we married to. We're not stepping out saying, I'm going to go find me a wife. That is not how. It's more like I'm going to go get me some pussy first.
Thank you, Bruiser, for being honest.
I mean, can we really be honest? But the reason why there's an issue is because men are starting to understand that women are initially dating economically.
They weren't always that way.
They weren't.
They
always
are
that
today.
way, but
You're absolutely right. Today,
they're being smarter, and now it's starting to be more like that. Like what? It makes no sense to try to go in with your heart on your chest, hoping that this man marry you, and if he do, I mean, you still got to compensate for whether he even can provide for a family. And then he wants you to bust it open without even confirming that he can do that or confirming that he even willing to marry you. So women are saying, okay, I'm not going to put myself in a risky situation and get nothing out of it. Or you're going to have to come in here and pay some of these bills so we can get an even transaction or even trade off. And a lot of guys are not really, it's an honesty thing. It's all about setting the terms. If we're not setting the terms, then everybody just shooting from fucking half court. Like, I don't know whether a lot of guys are going in, I don't know if I want to marry this chick, but I do want to smash. And a lot of women are going into it, I don't know if this dude would want to marry me, but I do want to make sure I'm getting compensated for my time. So that's where the disconnect is.
Exactly.
You got to play the game.
So Chaz,